leadership training over more than 20 years is that the biggest root for all leadership problems is right there. Mother and father wounds. And it's never been addressed before. So we see that leaders have problems, but we never go where we should go. So now it's time to do that. Pastors with problems, where do you go? This is where you go. You discover their father and their mother wounds. Now let me explain this so that you can understand this well. Vian has talked through this. He said that at specific times, there is a need in the life of a baby. That arrow is just a little bit to the side, but that should be right there. So intimacy, these are the roles of a mother. And these are the roles of a father. We will unpack this later. But at certain times, the baby needs that from the mother, intimacy. Or nurture and care. When they are 2 or 3 years old, they fall a lot because they risk a lot. And then they cry a lot. But crying in a creche and crying in the arms of a mother is a completely different thing. You understand? So what happens if the mother is not there? So what happens if the mother is not there? There is a scar in the life of the person. Now the best way to explain this is when a child is born without a hand, you see it. And immediately you compensate. The child compensates, starts to do more work with the other hand, and compensates because you can see it. That's physical. But this is emotional. You cannot see it. But they lost a hand or a leg emotionally. But no one sees this. You only see the reaction on this. And then you got to know there's a reason for reacting. Okay. Now, we have now discovered that if I see a problem with a leader, I know exactly where to trace it back. I see this problem, then I know that problem of the leader probably comes from here, or here, or here, or here. Because there are certain window times, certain window opportunities in your life where a specific intervention or a specific deposit needs to happen. If that does not happen, the contribution of mother, contribution of father, then the person lives without a hand or an arm emotionally. Right. So let me explain this to you by showing you a few examples of this. Insecurities. The biggest reason for problems in marriage and also problems in leadership, problems with pastors, and this is the insecurities that they grow up with. Let me give you a few examples. If these two guys, they both work for me, I'm the boss of a company, and they make the same mistakes. And I say to this guy, you made a mistake. This is how you should do it. Next time, do it like this. The one guy may say, oh, thank you so much. You helped me a lot. The other guy, same mistake. I say the same thing to him. He says to me, who are you to tell me what to do? Okay, you see, then I know there's a problem. Why did he not react the right way? You understand? Or, let me make it more practical. You leave your socks on the floor. Your wife says to you, pick up your socks. You say to your wife, I worked the whole day for you and the family to get money. Your neighbor leaves his socks on the floor. The wife says to him, pick up your socks. He says to her, oh, sorry my queen, I'm sorry, I just forgot. He picks up his socks, he puts it in the wash basin, no problem. Problem in your house, no problem in your neighbor's house. Now you understand what I'm talking about. Is that right? All right, all right. So where does this come from? Where does this come from? Or, I say hello to a person, say hello my friend Ruben, how are you?
I'm fine.
Are you good, Ruben?
Yes.
Now when I do this, now Ruben greets me well, I can see he's comfortable with this. Another guy, I do the same, and he goes like this. Oh, good morning, how are you? No, fine. No. He keeps me at a distance. Is that right? Then I know he's got a mother wound.